What's up, words? I'm gonna tell you guys 5 tips, that could help you guys with your fitness journey, nutrition journey, and it's gonna get you some pretty amazing results. First of all, tip number one, you gotta start following an influencer that has the results that you want on IG. A lot of people are wasting too much time on IG, a platform that is used that has a lot of information. A lot of people are on there helping people, sharing tips. A lot of my people, not the ones that are on my team, but people that follow me, they're on there on my Q&As, on my live Q&As. My Q&As are every Tuesday. My live Q&As are every Thursday. They're there taking notes, asking questions because they want to help themselves and see how far they could take it on their own with that motivation where you follow your influencer or somebody that has the results that you're after and see their daily routine, how they act, how they conduct themselves, how they structure their meals throughout the day. A lot of people share a lot of information out there that could be very beneficial for you guys to kick it off, to start your journey. And keep it simple. Keep it simple. Pick one or two. There's so many to choose from. You just gotta see who you connect with. Who you see that you have the same structure. Obviously, you gotta understand. Like you see an individual that has almost the same the same look that you do in a height, weight, age. Then those are the ones that you would want to follow. Obviously, don't. If you're 5'10", you can't, go after a result that's a 6'3" guy and, he's in a whole different level. So you gotta follow someone that looks similar to you. That's going to be tip number one. Tip number two is you gotta trust the process. That's important, very important, is trusting the process, knowing that, obviously they have the results. Obviously what they're doing is working. And a lot of times, that's why a coach is needed to pump your brakes and tell you, hey, you know what, this is gonna work. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. So a lot of people, that's what happens. They end up, running into a lot of problems. They don't, plateaus that they don't know how to make adjustments. So, they give up. The easiest thing to do us as humans is give up. So, like I said, stick to the plan. And tip number three, it's also important, it's just dropping all the bad foods, all the processed food, all the fast food, restaurants that you go, fast food drive-thrus that you guys go and try to be, try to be very careful on what you consume out there in the streets, because what you have out there is so much just carbs, fat, not enough protein. Every time, it's, including my clients, it's very, very few places that would have, a structured meal that you could have. And sometimes you're still gonna have to double up on protein. A lot of times they'll rob you on protein, man. That's one of the most expensive macronutrients. So they're not gonna have a lot of it. You're gonna have to double up. You're gonna have to spend more money, when you're out there thinking that you're gonna, be able to, save. No, absolutely not, man. You're better off cooking your own meals and, having something structured at home ready to go so you won't have to make some bad choices, because that's where everybody fails. They don't prep their meals and they end up just making bad choices at the last minute, going to a fast food, drive-through place and they just get the worst. Like I said, not enough protein, high fats, high carbs. So tip number four is going to be, just, upholding your word on what you said, because this here will get tiring. This, any journey that you take will get boring after a while. Workouts, showing up at the gym every day. If you're new to this, eventually, your motivation will start fading away, and that's where everybody, starts going backwards. They start doing something else, deviating from the plan. So the thing here is just upholding your word. That's as simple as that. There is no other, there's nothing else to go by. Just uphold your word on what you say you were going to do to your people, to your friends, that your significant other, your parents, if you don't have one, like just, man, write it on a piece of paper and let them know, and then uphold your word, follow through, call yourself out, have that, that written somewhere, and have somebody, sign it and commit to something, and uphold your word. A lot of people they start off good, they start talking too much, and they forget about what they said. They forget about, their word means a lot. They forget about how much of an impact your word has, because once you fail, once you crack, once you stop on what you said you were going to do, all that shows is the character that you're pretty much your character that you are, which is, a liar, which is someone that, quits on their goals. So you're not trusted. You start devaluing, your word by not following through. And a lot of people forget that. That's the easiest way that you could read somebody. That's one of the easiest way that you're able to tell if that person's a bullshitter or not. Does he uphold his word on what he say? Listen carefully to what people talk about and what they say around you. But they give themselves away real easy, because if you watch them, if you absorb, people around you and see how they move, see how they carry themselves, how they conduct themselves, you best believe, man, pay attention. I learned through all these years, man, how to absorb people, how to read people, because they'll tell you their true colors, their true intentions right out the back, just by, what they say and how they act, how they live, and how they conduct themselves. Very simple. And tip number 5, last but not least, it's just, you gotta just go all in. Don't have no excuses. A lot of my team members here, it's like they don't know what an excuse is. That's why they get the results. Shit happens. People are gonna try to stop you. You just have to make it non-negotiable. You cannot stop on your goals. So tip 5 is just put on a piece of paper or write it somewhere, or wake up and have that piece of paper in your wallet. No excuses when it comes to working on myself. No excuses when it comes to building myself. No excuses when it comes to going after, what I want for me, for my people. No excuses on any, thing that temptation that's not gonna be beneficial to where I want to go. It's just pretty simple. Every time that you get tested, you're gonna have that in back of your head. Purpose over pleasure, no excuses. There's a lot of quick little quotes that you could have and run with. There's no need for you to just be thinking on all kinds of quotes that pump you up in the moment, and you'll forget about them. Just pick one solid one, like no excuses or purpose over pleasure, because when that temptation comes or that test comes, you're gonna have that reassurance. You're gonna have that in back of your head. That reminder is gonna keep you in check. That reminder is gonna make you follow through. That's what I had to use. That's why on my page I have purpose over pleasure, because that's what I kept repeating every time, every day, every morning. Purpose over pleasure, purpose over pleasure. There's a purpose, that's gonna that's what we're doing this for. There's a purpose, why I'm not doing that. There's a purpose over that pizza. There's a purpose over that hamburger. There's a purpose over that drink. There's always a purpose behind that pleasure, so you won't fall into that trap and give up on your goals. Hope these 5 tips help. If you keep it intact and run that shit through like a champ, no deviation, you will get some results. I get a lot of messages from people that connect the dots real quick just on what I share on my IG. Obviously, eventually some of them plateau sooner than others. Somebody will end up getting stuck at a certain point. That's when they hit me up. That means you're ready to take it to the next level. Let's run it. You guys want more information, you guys could hit me up on my IG or hit me up with any questions you guys have on here. Let's run it.